Hey guys, have you ever wanted to know how your favorite sportswear garments are made? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to make a pair of leggings suitable for yoga, gymnastics, or training at the gym. These are the leggings that I've made, but I've been inspired by a pair of Gymshark leggings that I came across. At the end of this video, I'll give you the making time it took to make these leggings. Okay, so these are the pattern pieces that I'm going to use to create my leggings. So I've got my leg, which is cut pair. I've got my waistband, which is cut pair. I've got my cuff, which is cut pair. And that last piece there is the gusset, which you would see at the back of the leggings, just underneath the bum. So laying out my fabric, I'm using an Italian source lycra. It's actually very similar to neoprene, so it's very dense. I'm electing to cut all my pieces on a pair. I mean, when I've done these leggings in the past, we've made it with a pocket, either a front pocket in the waist or in the side that's hidden, and that's for the purposes of phone or keys. So for this particular demonstration, I've got one of my trusted machinists helping me out, because the machine that we're going to use is very complex, and Marie is the best person who knows how to use it. I think in total we used about, just under 1 meter of fabric for a pair of medium-sized leggings. So the way that Maria likes to cut is that she will draw around the pattern piece with chalk. But I just prefer to just cut straight around the pattern piece. There's no right or wrong, it's just whatever preference you have, really. So because of the density of this particular fabric, we didn't really need to cut the lycra on top of paper, as you probably see me do in my previous video, especially the one where I'm making the Skims swimsuit. What you'll find is with these kind of leggings, the front and the back is all merged into one piece. So on the left hand side there, where Marie's got her hand, that looks like it's the back piece, and then the other curve, that's the front piece. So with leggings, generally you won't see a side seam on the outside leg. The seam would be on the inner side leg, hidden away. So that part she's cutting there is going to be the cuffs for the leggings, and that part is the gusset. I know that she's cutting 2 pieces there, but we're only going to use one. And this last piece here is the waistband piece that she's cutting twice. So for those of you that are, I'd say, don't have the machine that we're about to demonstrate to you, you can use what's called a cover stitch machine. You can get like a pretty decent domestic version, or if you want to get the industrial version, you want to get one that does what's called a decorative wrap stitch. And I'll pull up an image of what that stitch looks like, because that's really helpful for adding strength and top stitching lycra and stretch fabrics. Cool, so this is the big boy machine. This is a 4 needle 6 thread flat seamer. This is used purely on sportswear fabrics, and it allows 2 layers of fabrics to sit on top of each other, and the needle, the 4 needles that punches the stitches in, then you've got a wrap stitch on the top and bottom that gives it that strength, so you can pull it as hard as you want to. That seam is not coming undone, and the beauty of it, it keeps the seam density very thin. So I think Maria started on I think probably the front or the back seams there. I think it's probably the front seam that she started on. And we've used a yellow stitching just so you guys can see what the machine actually does. So there it is. That's a really beautiful stitch, and it's one of the strongest stitches that any machine can do out there. You've probably seen that stitch on Nike sportswear, obviously Lululemon sportswear, Adidas sportswear. Cool, so that's the waistband, that's the cuffs, and that's the leg that's been stitched up. And also the setup of this machine, it's called feed off the arm, so it's not set up like a standard industrial machine where you just sit under it quite comfortably. It's a very awkward machine to use, so you have to you almost have to hug the machine as you're sewing it. And see that tube, that clear tube on the left hand side, that hoovers away all the excess fabric, because there's a blade that you can't see in this machine that's cutting the excess fabric away. There should be a link popping up soon where I've done a demonstration on how to use this machine. This particular brand is in Saruba, but there's other brands out there that are really good as well. This machine costs me close to £8,000. Cool, so I think that's where we're just sewing the gusset there into the back. So I'm just give you a bird's eye profile there of what we've done so far. And that seam there is the center front crotch seam. So just remember the gusset always sits at the back. So you can see how intricate this machine is. It's almost like a knitting machine. But that being said, this machine only should be used on knitted fabric. So that's like your jerseys, the lycras, so forth. So that's our gusset sewn, that V shape. That's going to give extra room in the crotch area for this particular leggings, which is a lady's leggings. So now we're sewing the leg closed. So because of the kind of tubular platform that this machine has, it allows you to sew really long tubes like legs or sleeves really comfortably, well, more comfortably than any other machine does, and that's why it's called a feed off the arm. And there we're just reaching to the gusset point, which should match with the center crotch seam on the front. And this part can be quite tricky because there's more bulk for the machine to deal with. This flat seam machine doesn't like bulk, so you have to make sure that do a lot of testing just to make sure that it's not going to trip up, because if you have to refed this machine, it's an absolute nightmare. But so far that's doing a really beautiful stitch. Cool, I mean, Maria's made it look pretty easy there. I mean, at this point I wanted to try it on our mannequin, but I realized that the sample that we made is too small for our mannequin, so we're quickly gonna just scroll past that. Cool, so that bird's eye view, you can see it coming together. That's the inside leg there that I'm showing off to you there. It's looking like a really professionally made pair of leggings, and that's obviously what we want. And that yellow stitching is a detail of mine, so none of you guys steal it. So the thing is, with this machine, you can actually wear the garment inside out because it looks so neat. So this part is the waistband that we stitched together. And now you can see the waistband, which will be stitched on top of the legging, and that there was the cuff. So what Marie's elected to do is do a large holding stitch to attach the waistband to the trousers, matching the notches with any kind of side seams, because this will make it easier for the next step, which is going to be overlocking. And then she's done the same for the cuff, just tacking it, I think she's done here, instead of sewing it all the way around. Because what that does is it holds the matching seams in place. So when you run it through the overlocker, nothing shifts unnecessarily. Cool. So next stage is to overlock that, which is pretty easy because you've done the hard work by, it's a term called either basting or doing that holding stitch. Yeah, Maria's making light work of this, but this is a very difficult kind of product to make. So I'd say the way that you can sew this on a domestic, or if you haven't got the feed off the arm, is you'd have to sew the inside leg or certain parts inside out. So this is where we've overlocked the waistband, and now we're top stitching the waistband and the cuff all the way around. So that top stitch adds extra strength to the seam, really, because with things like leggings, there's a lot of stretching, and you want to add as much strength to the seam as possible, because you don't want anything to snap. So this machine here is the cover stitch machine. We've used all 3 needles, and then we've used the top and the bottom decorative stitch. So now Maria is doing the top stitch on the leg cuffs. This part is more tight because you're dealing with such a small area of the garment. It's very, very fiddly. Cool, it's looking really nice. There we go. And at this stage, guys, we are on the home stretch of finishing this garment. So we're very, very nearly done. So just doing a close up there, you've got the cover stitch on the horizontal, you've got the flat seam on the vertical, and we're just giving it a really nice press just to relax those seams and just check the bounce of the stitch track. What you guys aren't seeing is that we're using the vacuum as well when we're applying the steam, because that's allowing the garment to cool down pretty much instantly after it's been blasted with steam, because the steam softens the fabric and it allows you to manipulate it. Then the vacuum removes all of the steam just to cool down the fabric and keep it in that position. Cool, great job, Maria. Perfect. So now, time to put it on our model. So guys, let's do a side-by-side comparison. Coming up on the screen now is an image of the Gymshark leggings. And coming up now is an image of the leggings we've made. So once again, really happy with how these have turned out. The making time for these leggings was 1 hour and 34 minutes. In my next video, I'm gonna make a matching sports bra. As always, guys, tell me what you think of the finished product in the comments. Also, give me ideas on what you want me to do next. You guys have been great so far, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks for watching.